Hi, this is Angel Jones. I love great conversations where life's journey is communicated not only through words, but tones and emotions. Explosive expressions that allow you to feel what they felt and learned. A fool learns only from his own mistake, while the wise learn from their own and from those others have made. Thanks for being here with us. Good night, David Sandy. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I'm going real good. Real good.
Wonderful. So, David, tell me, which of your talents is responsible for us meeting?
I'm pretty sure that I started fasting January 15th of this year, and I've lost 100 pounds so far just from the fasting, and I've lost about 200 overall. So that's probably the talent you got in touch with me for.
All right. So, who did you learn this from?
There was a blog called Intensive Dietary Management. It kind of advocated it for blood sugar issues, but I tried it and I was like, this should work for dieting because I did a 2.5 day fast. I lost 12 pounds. I was like, hey, this works. Nothing else had worked. Diets had just made me sick and miserable. And the fasting, I just kept doing it, and it just keeps getting easier. I mean, I feel great. I mean, it really actually works, and I've done everything else, and this is just completely different. So.
Wow. So what was the results when you started this?
I mean, the results was, I started when January 15th, I was 355. The last fast, I got down to 236. So it's just, I don't count calories. I mean, I exercise, but I always exercise for like 20 years and it never worked. So it's just the fasting. I mean, I have an Instagram account where I post like yummy food I eat. I mean, it's just knowing about the fasting, this piece of knowledge I look for my entire life. It just really changed my life. And it was knowledge, and it wasn't self-control. It wasn't all this stuff people were telling me. It was just this piece of knowledge. And it was really, the one thing everyone told me not to do has basically saved my life.
Wow.
So
that's an amazing one.
Thanks.
What did you say is the website?
IntensiveDietaryManagement.com. I also have my own blog about it, prudently.com. So it's just the word prudently.com.
Super. Well done, David. It's amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah, well done. Why will you continue?
I'm going to continue because it's giving me a different life. Just everything is so much easier. The social interactions, not just women, but like men and being friendly and like all that motivational stuff and YouTube videos about small talk, like all that advice has started to like magically start working. So it's like fasting is going to give me the life I always wanted. I can already tell. And it's like, I'm really motivated now because I'm actually getting results and I can talk to people and people are friendly. And it's a bit off-putting that there was that much. I didn't realize how hard the fat made it. I mean, I knew it wasn't good, but I didn't realize how big a difference your appearance really made. Because I was never skinny. I mean, I got fat like 6th grade. So I had no adult experience with being, thin and attractive. And if anything, that is undersold. I mean, the marketing for thin and attractive, it's pretty out there, but like if anything, it's undersold. Like it will change your life.
Wow.
So
that's amazing. Ooh. So like any other diseases occurred with that weight gain?
Oh yeah, in 2012, I had always tried for years. I had a private law practice. I worked really hard, but in 2012, I really kind of lost all motivation because I had like plantar fasciitis, and I was basically crippled for like an entire year before it kind of resolved. The foot problems were the worst, and I was starting to have like early pre-diabetes almost. And that's all resolved with the fasting. And like when I did diets before, I'd go hypothyroid, like the fasting resolved that. So yeah, I would have been lucky if I had a heart attack when I was 45 because my physical condition, it was just going to keep getting worse. And I'd tried like everything before. So, fasting has saved my life. Or at least gave me the kind of life that I always dreamt of living. I could be happy now doing anything. I could be happy if I went and sold cars or something, or managed a bookstore. I don't want to go back to practicing law, but there's very little I don't enjoy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't that a story? Wow.
Thanks.
It's an amazing one. So, is it that you're going into an exercise regime, or are you sticking to the fasting And have you set a goal for the ideal? I mean, you've done great already, right? Like flat
Yeah,
out, right?
my goal is 12% body fat. I kind of think BMI is kind of a false goal. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, so I kind of think BMI is kind of, I mean, it works for a lot of people, but I have a very large frame size, and the DEXA scan is just much more accurate.
Right.
So BMI to me is kind of dumbing it down, and for some people it's really good, but I mean, it also BMI for some people like allows them to be skinny fat. So I really want to do the most accurate benchmark possible. So I'm going to try to do 12 to 15% body fat for life. That's my goal.
Wow.
So
Yeah, it would be great to bounce back and have a conversation next year around this time. Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be super cool. I love it. So why would you suggest someone do what you've done, David?
Because I mean, you might know, I mean, there might be reincarnation, but there might not. So you're only going to get one chance at life. So, so if you don't have a good body, I mean, your body controls everything. So
I
if you don't
love
have a
it.
good body, that's
it.
like doing life on super difficulty. So if you want to really live a great life, you need to get your health under control and try fasting.
Pretty simple. So my last question on this, was it like a 6 to 6 fast, or how were you fasting?
I honestly just try to fit into my social calendar. I don't have any kind of set regimen.
Right.
I mean, I got so many results. Like if I stop fasting, like usually it's 5 and 10 day fast or like the bulk of it. The longest I did was 20, and I've done that twice.
Wow.
So, but I just kind of, I mean, if I stop fasting because I want to get those results, I want to go back and do it some more. I mean, motivation's great and all, but like you can only keep that willpower going for so long without some kind of results.
Yeah.
So it's the results that just drive you into just keep doing it.
It reminds me of the baby steps. So it's like you're taking baby steps, and as you're gaining momentum, you're able to do even more, right?
Yeah, exactly like that. Like the diets just kept getting harder. This just keeps getting easier, and you're like, I want to do more of it. So
Yeah. Well done. All right, champion. Well, let's switch gears for a bit. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. David, what is your earliest childhood memory?
It's very vague, but there's this really big room I went into, and it was this trade show in Birmingham that my parents took me to. Like I was a little baby, and they were just kind of carting me around. They had a lumber business, so I kind of remember going to this big room, and because I remember it because it's like the biggest thing, biggest room I'd ever seen. I mean, it was a convention center, so that's my earliest memory.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
I think just the change of scenery was just so abrupt from a little kid in a town in Mississippi to this big convention center. So I think that just made an impression.
Yeah. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
Puff the Magic Dragon.
There we go.
Dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu.
Alright, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form, so it's yes or no. David, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
aren't you blogging on this and sharing it with the world in terms of what you're doing via your fasting? Sorry to put my foot in there, but
yeah, I mean, I'm writing a blog, so the knowledge does not have to be last. But in terms of like one person or a mentor or a mentee, like I really feel like I'm still learning it myself.
Yeah. Wow. I just want to encourage you though, like there's nothing separating who you can help. Like you're doing the work, and that is what a mentee needs to see in a mentor.
Right.
So you're writing the blog, and you're doing it, and people are seeing you doing it. So I think you're passing it on to more people than you think, even with the podcast and sharing your story. Just saying, sorry, but I had to put it in.
Yeah, that's another way to look at it. I mean, questions can be interpreted different ways, and to me, that was like, do you have one person? I mean, I'm trying to pass this on to the world because I'm like,
exactly.
If
right.
someone had broken this down the way I can break it down,
yeah.
For me, 20 years ago, it would have changed. It would have changed my life. Yeah. So it's just like a completely different way of thinking about things. Because like everyone tells you don't fast, and then when you actually look at it, you realize people just say things. And it kind of sounds right, even if but they really don't know, and they never really looked it up. And I encountered the same thing when I was a lawyer. So the medical profession shouldn't have surprised me either, but that's the way it works. So
yeah. All right. I usually don't put my mouth in there.
Okay.
Are you married?
No.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yes.
What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 hours a day or less than 8 hours a day?
Less.
All right. David, this was a great pleasure, my friend. Before you leave, is there anything you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I would say just don't be too hard on yourself, and don't judge yourself. Just keep in mind, like, circumstances can be different for everyone, and you have to try to know if it's possible. But you should try to have a heroic mindset, and just because you might fail at something doesn't mean you shouldn't keep your hope up, and you shouldn't stop trying. I mean, it's okay if something's going to be difficult, and if it's not, maybe you're just not challenging yourself enough. I kept my eye out. And if I hadn't, my life would have been really not fun. So,
yeah. David Sandy, thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Amazing audience. Before you leave, there's one person I'd like to introduce you to, Amanda Jones. She is my wife, and her passion is to educate, encourage, and empower.
Hi, I'm Amanda Jones, and I'm a registered nurse. Do you or someone you know have diabetes? According to the International Diabetes Federation, in 2015 worldwide, 415 million people were living with diabetes. Just as that figure is overwhelming, so too can the effects of diabetes be. So, to help simplify diabetes for both adult and child, I've used rhymes in my books, The ABCs of Diabetes for Children and Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes. At its simplest, rhymes help us to remember. If you, a child or friend, want an easy, reader-friendly way to know about diabetes, then get a copy of these books. For more details, you can go to poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.